we go.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Finance Committee to order on September 15th at 6 o'clock. And just to note, this meeting is being recorded. The listing of matters are those responsibly anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. We stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag, United States, and to the republic, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
My favorite one.
So first item on our list for tonight is the introduction of the new town accountant. Serena. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How's transition going so far?
It's been pretty good. I'm ending out my 4th week here in Dayton. So just trying to close the books and to get familiar with the accounting structure and, everybody's position and just, the flow of Dayton. Being a small town is a little different. I come from Rockland as the assistant. So I've been in municipal accounting a little over 6 years now. And I have a bachelor's degree in accounting from Bridgewater State. So I think so far so good. It's
Good.
Everybody's been very welcoming and kind and helpful with all of my questions.
Good.
So yeah, doing pretty good.
And I know one of the things that we're here tonight for is to go over a transfer for some professional, some consulting to help you with the year end.
Yes.
Everything else, you need anything else? Is everything else taken care of?
Yeah, it seems like everything else is fine so far. It is my first time actually closing the books. And, with the Vadar being a different system, I'm not really used to that. So we did recruit a consultant to help me close, which I've been working with her. And then we're going to continue to work to, see if we can, and I'm sure we'll be on track with closing on time to have free cash certified before the November meeting.
Okay,
As
November 1st.
yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So we're hoping, this week, next week, maybe one more week. And then we'll close and then, we'll go back and forth with our DOR rep.
Okay. Have you guys heard any, I know dealing with the state still, there's been some issues as far as attendance on their end of people being into work. Have you heard of anything in there?
I haven't run into a problem. I did already reach out to our rep, Tom Guilfoyle once, and he replied by email the following day.
Good.
So I haven't run into any problems with that.
Okay. Great.
right.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you. And I don't even have to jump around anymore. We can go right to number 4. If you're ready. So besides the transfer, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the other item we have on the agenda for tonight is with our two open spots. We've had 2 people that have shown interest in open spots. No, that's all we have so far. And Jacob Stebbins was out of town tonight for work. So I told him we'd let him know when our first meeting was in October and see if that worked. And Rachel is here. Rachel, if you wouldn't mind stepping on up. So what may be a little bit of a different situation than in the past for most of us. Rachel is Scott's wife who appoints us. As part of that, I spoke to the ethics board up in Boston, and they asked that we submit a disclosure of appearance of conflict of interest, just so that there is no conflict of interest because Scott appoints us. But the town's bylaws say once the annual town meeting is over, any open spots are then up to us to fill so that we make that decision.
Okay.
So I did share it with Rachel too, saying that I really didn't think that she would have any concerns over my opinions or any of our opinions and could care less. Other than that, Robert and I both worked with Rachel while she was on the school committee, during doing different committees. I think mainly capital committees with the school as they pulled that together. And, you know, I couldn't think of anybody that would be better for the committee.
Okay.
And now that I've said all that, how are you?
Good, thank you. Oh, I thought this was an interesting position, just because I had spent 6 years on school committee and wanted to continue to serve the town, but maybe in a slightly different position. So when I knew there was a position open, I talked to Peter about it and thought this might be a good next step.
Guys have any questions for?
No, I think it would be a good idea. I mean, I know, I've seen you at the school committee and all, not that often, but when I was on the capital committee as well, not the same capital committee. But I know I had some run-ins, and I think it would be great to have somebody with some school background on how that functions and how they appropriate and do their budget and all. I think it'd be nice to have somebody on the inside to help us with that additionally. Because I know you were on the,
I was,
yeah.
and I also think it's a great advantage.
Right.
It's part of our budget.
Right, exactly.
And it's been some time, probably 6 years since I've served on the.
Yeah.
committee. So yes, it would be nice to have fresh eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we all know,
Different perspective than we may have. Yeah,
especially with the new administration that.
Yeah. yeah. No, I'm all for it.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
No. Thank you, Rachel.
Wonderful, thank you.
We have two vacancies anyway, so that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's rather than make Rachel wait. We,
I'd like to make a motion
Yeah.
that we accept Rachel to the committee and appoint her.
So moved.
second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it. Congratulations.
Congratulations, welcome.
If,
We welcome you.
if you could see, Mark Chico, and he'll do the swearing in, and our next meeting is probably going to be October 4th. But if you don't want to stick around tonight, I'll email you. Staying on in order. Mike, did you want to do the FY24 capital planning update?
Yeah, sure. The FY 24 planning update, the capital planning update will be quick. As the FinCom knows, we already have the plan for FY 23 that have actually informed the warrant articles that have been proposed for the November 1st special town meeting, that the capital outlay is meeting actually next week to review and to make recommendations on, to come back to the FinCom likely for the meeting on October 4th. What we've also been working on, however, is the fact that when we started that capital planning process last year, to ask for the 5-year plans. One of the things that, because this process was new to everybody, we got the lion's share of requests that were made were actually relating to immediate FY 23 needs. And so we've gone back over the summer, like really reaffirm to our departments, boards and committees, and what we're really trying to do is build a 5-year capital plan. And so like we have so to that end, we've already began the 5-year capital planning process from FY 24 and beyond. And we do expect those the FY 24 and beyond capital requests to be into our office by the end of next week. So like as we not only as we plan forward, with the remainder of our FY 23 priorities, we're also hopefully going to have a more long-term set of essentially a more long-term set of projects that we can really use to plan out all of our priorities out in the next 4 to 5 years, so. You know, like, that process has been evolving, and still, like, as we'll talk about in a minute, even some of the warrant articles that have been proposed. For the November 1st special town meeting, they've actually been proposed outside of the capital outlay. Like request process, so I've had to have a few interesting discussions with a few department heads on that. But yeah, but we don't want to, and we really want to capitalize unintended on the momentum that we built. You know, to really build a holistic you know, really capital planning process, so. So that's what I have on really FY 24, and for FY 23, we do have the projects that have already been recommended by capital outlay for FY 23. We actually do we do have two additional FY 23 capital requests as well. One for the town hall walkway. For railings and a set of stairs to go up directly from the parking lot that we're proposing to capital outlay for FY 23. But yeah, like we are the majority of the projects and priorities that are being proposed for the special town meeting they're actually coming directly from the FY 23 capital plan, which is exactly what we intended to happen at this point. So, so that's pretty high. Is there any questions on that?
Yeah, most of the next item would be the 23 capital. Do you want to wait until we get to that? We won't even go through this yet, right? Because
Yeah, like that's really just like an overview, like that's an I mean, like all like we really expected all of the projects calculated except for three. Number one, based on the initial design and permitting that was approved for the present freed up money for bridge last my last special town meeting. We're completing up 25% design by the end of this month. We actually hopefully we do have a you know, like a pretty hopeful chance of having that project either funded by a grant or the federal government. So we will be proposing you know, to actually $267,000 for the final design funding. So like we have that project all shovel ready by the time you know, hopefully we have that ability to secure the federal funds. Then we have the proposed warrant article for the town hall rail stairway improvements. They go along and really supplement the ADA grant that we got actually at the beginning of this year. That we do that formal walk into a pathway. And then the last item which was submitted as a warrant article relates to Hut Street drainage upgrades, which I mean I would really prefer having the capital outlay banked out and look at where it fits on the entire schedule. So yeah, but everything else in terms of the funding articles, you know, like having things we've been anticipating based on the plan that we had. So, and so next Thursday night, the capital outlay will be meeting. Hopefully at that point they'll be making recommendations, which will be able to come back to FinCom.
Okay. Any questions on any of that? No. Next up is as discussed by Serena, transfer request for $5,000 for professional and technical for a town accountant consultant to help with the closing of FY 22 certifying free cash so that it's all set before, in time for the special town meeting.
Meeting, okay. Is this a typical annual cost? We typically have somebody come in, or is it just? due to the
Normally-
transfer?
Normally, the accountant does it on their
Okay,
own,
yeah.
but where she's getting up to speed and trying to get things closed.
Okay. Oh, that's all right.
I have one other question. One note here is the previous consultant did not complete the closing.
Yeah.
Were they paid in full?
No,
The new consultant is actually at a lower rate.
yes,
See, things work out.
Yeah.
it actually really did.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Huh? We're good.
Motion?
Motion to accept the transfer request for the
Second.
town account.
Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it. For our special town meeting timeline, right now, we were looking at October 4th as being an open night for meeting space and gives us plenty of time. Does that work for you guys?
October 4th is fine.
Yeah, that's the same. I have appointment again, so I might be 15 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
October 4th. That's a
Yeah.
Thursday.
It's a Thursday or a Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Might be a Tuesday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm good with the Tuesday.
Sounds
I'm good with that.
6 o'clock, is that the usual time?
6 works for me.
Few minutes, but probably like to see you.
Rachel, does that work? 4th? Sure. We have no problem sharing. Yeah. The only other item that I've got is, we've got 2 past minutes set for approval. I'll just give Kevin a minute to review them. It's been a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good, Peter.
So we'll take we've got minutes from the June 29th meeting and the July 11th meeting to approve. I believe everybody's had a chance to take a quick look at them again. If nobody has any questions, we'll take a motion to accept those.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the meetings from June, the minutes of the meeting from June 29th, 2022 and July 11th, 2022.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Guys have it. Before adjournment, anything for you? Mike, anything else for you?
I don't have anything, no, thank you.
Rachel, congratulations.
Yeah.
Welcome. Serena, welcome, congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's all I have. Next meeting, figure on October 4th, and if anything changes, I'll let everybody know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
Motion to
adjourn.
adjourn. Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You guys have it.
Good.